Hello, me again. Now, let's have a look at this. Trigonometry and self-defense, boxing, martial arts, how does it help? You might think I'm absolutely insane to say that trigonometry will help you with your self-defense, boxing, martial arts, whatever, combat sports. But when I say that, I mainly talk about formulas. We go by formulas, principles, if you like. Let me explain what I mean. Let's say we're looking at mathematics, and you know nothing about mathematics. You're brand new. You're like a kid at school. You're brand new. You don't know what it is. And you go and learn that 1 plus 1 is 2. 2 plus 1 is 3. And you just learn it that way. And you only learn parrot fashion. 1 plus 1 is 2. 1 plus 2 is 3. 1 plus 3 is 4. And you only teach you up to 10. So if somebody says to you, what's 20 plus 6? You haven't got a clue. You say, well, I only know up to 10. Same with the times tables. When we was at school, we used to do the times tables. We do 1, 3 is 3, 2, 3 is 6, 3, 3 is 9, and so on, up to 12. And people will say, what's 15 times 3? And you've got to try and work it out. But if you only understand the parrot fashion version, the monkey see, monkey do, that's all you know. So when you get asked a question that's outside of your knowledge base, you start to struggle. So when you're taught, that's the metaphor, right? When you're taught in martial arts, sports, combat, boxing, anything, when you're taught 1 plus 1 is 2, and you're taught that way, when you need to know the answer of 3 plus 1, or 6 plus 1, or 58 plus 27, get my drift, all of a sudden things start to go wrong for you because you don't understand the principle upon which it's based. You only understand 1 plus 1. You see it all the time in things like jiu-jitsu where they say, if your opponent is in this position, then do that. If he moves to that position, do that. If it moves it there, do that. If he moves it over there, do that. Well, you've got to try and remember all these things. It's insane. You can't remember them all. If you understand the principle of what to do, then you've got lots and lots of answers because you've got the formula. So when you understand the formula of how to add up, you now know how to not only add up, you know how to take away, you know how to multiply, you know how to divide. Because 2 plus 2 plus 2 is 2 times 3, isn't it? 3 lots of 2s. So you will start to then develop that understanding. So when you're taught a principle, for example, you're taught a principle that you settle your weight, push down on that back foot to help speed up that jab, you know you can push down on that back foot to speed up any strike from the front or from the back. When you're taught a principle of it's better to go offline to keep yourself safe. In other words, if I'm here and I keep my head here all the time, you know how to hit me. But it's better to make sure that you keep moving your head offline, front, back, up, down, left, right. Then it's much more difficult for you to land if that head is moving all the time, isn't it? So you've got a principle of moving. But if you're only taught, when a jab comes, slip it. When a jab comes, slip it. But that's what you're taught. But you're not taught the formula of it, of just slip. Then, what if an overhand right comes? What do you do then? Do you slip that and walk into it? What happens when a hook comes, if you've only learnt slip? I know these are silly examples to make my point, but I hope you understand them. So you've got to really, truly understand the principles, not monkey see, monkey do, parrot fashion. You see it all the time, especially in martial arts. So up and down, up and down, up and down. What are you actually doing? How does it work? And it's the same in boxing, same in kickboxing, Thai boxing, jiu-jitsu, the lot. It's monkey see, monkey do. We teach everything from a principle point of view. We might show the technique, but explain principles behind it. So that you understand that it's principles, 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 which you can then apply everywhere. So that's how trigonometry fits in Example, a squared plus b squared equals c squared. Now think of it this way. If your opponent is the a squared bit, and you're the b squared, you've got the answer. So whatever is a squared is, doesn't matter what his input is, it's a squared, because you understand it. You've always got b squared, because you know the principles of b squared. So you've always got an answer, c squared. Now you might get it wrong now and again, of course, we all get hit. But hopefully that gets you to start thinking what I mean. So it's not that when he jabs, I must slip it. The principle would be, when he jabs, don't get hit, move. There's lots of ways of moving. You can slip, you can slide, you can parry it, you can block it, you can move back, you can duck under. There's all sorts of ways. But the principle, if you like, is get out of the way of it. Right? And keeping yourself safe at the same time. Or stop it and keep yourself safe. So you've got these principles there that you can then utilise. Because if you've only ever learned to slip one way, and then you've got a southpaw, you've got to learn to slip the other way, you're slipping into his jab all the time, aren't you? Because you've only been taught and told, slip that way. Because you're monkey see, monkey do. If you've got the principles, you will just move. And you will understand to move. And you will just naturally start to move, and you will develop or get the techniques yourself. Once you understand it and you get the techniques yourself, you've invented the techniques, and they're techniques that you'll never, ever, ever forget because you invented them. So, anyway, there you go. That's trigonometry. You know what to do. Argue as much as you want. See you later.